All right. What's up, buddy?
Chillin', baby. Finally get to do this thing.
Yeah. Well, we did it once, and I messed up the audio. But
it's not your fault, buddy. Mistakes happen.
Yep. But we're on round 2, and it's probably been it was like 4 or 5 months since we shot that last one.
Yeah.
And dude, it was a bummer because we talked about so many funny things. We were like laughing the whole podcast. But we're in your garage, your home gym.
Yep.
You got a bag. You got a little hex bar here.
Yep.
What's that one called?
That is a teeter inversion table type.
Yeah, that thing's freaking sick.
It's awesome, dude.
Yeah, man, you got the setup. And I know you got an Echo bike that you loaned to one of the fighters,
I gave it to Zach Lowry to cut weight with, and I haven't seen it since. But I'm going to buy one of those rogue ones.
One of the sick ones?
They're way harder, dude.
Yeah.
There's one at the gym I work out at, and I fucking hate it. But after every workout, I do a Tabata. Mm-hmm. So I'm getting old, bro, so I got to try and maintain, you know?
Yeah, no, you got to.
My body's like failing me now, so I'm trying to keep it up.
Yeah. I know exactly what you're talking about. Trying to balance competing.
Dude, you're hurt all the time.
All the time.
So am I. I'm like, well, what's going on? Oh, it's my right big toe. Like, what? Yeah. I don't know. I can't push off of it, dude. So,
Yep.
Dude, right now it's my shoulder, my neck, my left hip, and then my big toe still is just always fucked. I cannot drop to a level change and shoot off of it. I have to shoot with my left leg now.
I think it's called turf toe.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. So.
Well, it's funny. So we originally, when we first like trained in your gym, or when you set this place up, we were like, man, we got to get the guys together and just all like come here and train and smoke and chill. And we did that, and then we were like, well, hey, ADCC camp's coming up, or ADCC's coming up. Let's do this like every weekend and do a camp, and we'll go around to different people's gyms and experience it. And then next thing we know, we got 30 people showing up.
30 fucking people.
Then we're back in the gym training.
Dude, remember we did the redneck ice bath in the back of the truck?
Yeah.
That was fucking cool, though. I want to do that after a 10-round Tuesday, is what Vic said one day when it gets hot again in the summer. Or even when it's cold.
Yeah.
You know,
dude, it was cold as shit, but you had everyone else in there with you, so you're like, I ain't bitching out. Someone else bitches out.
Everyone's like, dude, I perform so much better in cold than heat, though.
Yeah.
Like, we do the sauna at the gym that I go to. It kills me, bro.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes and I'm like, I gotta get the fuck out of here. I start panicking and shit, man.
Dang.
Freaks me out, dude. I hate it, but you put me in an ice bath and I'm like, I love this. The initial shock, but once you breathe it out and you move around a little bit, it feels fucking good, man. I don't know why.
Yeah.
It's weird.
I struggle with the cold, dude.
I think it's that Viking blood in me, dude.
Yeah. Well, you know what? It's funny that you say that because remember we did that ice bath at the yoga thing?
Yep.
Well, I did that with Tori, and dude, every time I've done it, I've like, it's like a fight for me to do it.
Yeah.
And I did it with Tori, and she was like giggling the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like in it, and I'm like,
dude, women have some weird superpowers, man.
Yeah. Well, Tori's got that Viking blood too.
Yeah,
she's
for real. She's got straight up Viking blood, dude.
Yeah, so the cold doesn't bother her, but the sauna's like my home, dude. I can be in there for like literally 40 minutes.
Well, the one at Villa Sport's not even that hot. And it's like, I don't know what it is. I start sweating so much, and I'm like, I can just walk out of here anytime. I'm not trapped in here. Then I have nightmares of someone blocking the door, and I'm like, how would I get out of here?
Yeah.
Tapping on the ceiling, tapping on the wall, see if I can break them down. Good thing there's a glass window on that door. I'll smash that bitch and just dive through it. So, what's been up, man?
Dude, not much. Let's give the audience like a little overhead of who Erik Smith is. Erik the Defender.
Erik the Defender. Well, I'm Erik Smith. I am a 45-year-old brown belt at the dark side under Victor Pozas. Fucking flies everywhere. I am an attorney and a musician and, well, not so much a musician anymore. I still play occasionally, but not as much. And right now I'm focusing a lot of time on trying to make as much money as possible so I can retire and do what I really want to do, which is open up a gym and teach people how to do jiu-jitsu, you know?
Hell yeah.
So.
Yeah, dude, it's funny. The more I know you, the more like things I find out about you. You like worked for a TV station. You did news for a long time.
Yeah, I was a cameraman for the news for like 12 years, dude.
Damn, that's
wild. Drove a satellite truck and got to see all kind of crazy shit, man.
And then, so you go from that, I'm pretty sure, and then you started to make it as a musician a little bit, so you're like at least living the full-time musician lifestyle.
Yeah, I got laid off from Fox 26. Got a nice little severance package. bought me a nice guitar and an amplifier, most of that equipment I still have over there, and started playing music in little bars, doing cover songs. Like when you go to a bar and see some douche playing Brown Eyed Girl in the corner, that was me for a long time. Developed a healthy cocaine habit and, lived that life for a long time.
And then you go from there and you decide to change your life and be a lawyer.
Right.
So, dude, what made you want to be, like, tell me about that moment where you wanted to be a lawyer. Like, every time you tell me, it, like, trips me out.
Well, I was in jail. I got charged with a DWI in 2014, and I'd been arrested many times before that. I got arrested, and I was an alcoholic bad, dude. And I wasn't the type that would drink every single day, but I was playing music 4 or 5 nights a week, right? So I'd drink and then party and then wake up, feel like shit the next day, have drink, wake up, party, the whole 9 yards. So it was just that cycle I was in. I had a breathalyzer in my car, and I would go play my gig, and I would drink, and I would have either the manager or somebody blow into my breathalyzer, and hey, UPS is here. Oh, look, they're delivering my survival food. I just bought 6 months of survival food. So World War III bust out. You need some help with that? It's pretty heavy, huh? Hang on. You want to...
It's all good, dude. It's all good.
Water filtration. Set it on top of that. Yeah, when I keep thinking we're on the verge of World War III, I'm like, I don't have enough food. I don't have enough water. So I bought a bunch of life straws and a bunch of water filtration and just storable goods. It's good for 25 years. It'll feed me and Kimmy for almost a year. And then I've got water and boxes of food and supplies. I'm an idiot, but
no, dude, I think about the same thing. I shoot bow and arrow. Someone asked me why I shoot bow and arrow.
I've got a gun of every caliber. One thing I don't have is a bow and arrow.
Yeah. Well, the only reason I got a bow and arrow is because I had a really good buddy, purple belt tattoo artist, and he's like he's gonna be alive if the shit goes down. And I was asking him about the guns because I didn't have any, and he was like, oh well, guns won't do you much good.
Yeah, you run out of ammo.
He's like, yeah, you're gonna run out of ammo. Ammo goes bad, so you have to know how to make it. And he's like, how much are you gonna carry with you? You have to be mobile with it. He's like, what are you gonna do? Carry around 100 rounds with you at all times? And how long will that last you?
Yeah.
And then he goes, and if you shoot, everyone knows where you're at.
Yeah.
And he was like, so you need something quiet. You need something where you can make the ammo relatively easy, and it has to be where you can has like a wide range of things that it could be used against. And he's like, bow and arrow.
Pellet guns.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to carry 10,000 pellets, and they weigh like 4 pounds.
Yeah.
So, and they're pretty quiet, and you can kill small game with them, which is mostly what you're going to be hunting in a survival situation. So,
yeah.
Be killing the neighbor's cat and eating it. What were we talking about before UPS showed up?
So we were talking about the...
Oh, that's right. I got a DWI in 2014. Driving home from a gig. Got arrested. It ended up getting dismissed. But while I was on bond, they already treat you like you're a convicted criminal. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? This is crazy. I've never been convicted of anything yet. I've got urine tests. I got to show up and report to a bondsman. I've got to have a breathalyzer in my car. I was like, what? This is crazy. Well, the alcoholic that I was still drinking, and then I have the manager blow into my breathalyzer at the end of the night, clean, so I could start the car. And then I'd wait 5 minutes, they'd blow into it again, and then I'd try to drive home as quickly as possible, so I wouldn't have to blow again. Well, sometimes it would go off, and I'd have to blow in it, and I'd fail, so she kept throwing me in jail. She threw me in jail once, I bonded out. She threw me in jail a second time, and I paid bond to get out again, well, my friends would. Third time, she raised my bond to $1 million. And threw me in there, and I was in there for the weekend. And when I was in jail, I actually made it through the holding cells and got into a housing unit. And I was looking around, I was like, holy shit, there was 3 white dudes in there. Everybody else was black and Mexican. And I thought, something's wrong here. This is fucked up, right? Like, what is happening? And I started to realize, oh, okay, it's not a race issue. It's a money issue. Right? It's an economic issue. If you have money, you can hire a lawyer and get out of jail, or pay a bond and get out of jail. If you don't have any money, you're going to sit there until your court date comes up. Okay? And then you're going to get a public defender or a court-appointed attorney who aren't always the best. Some of them are great. Some of them aren't. So it's like a roll of the dice. You don't get to pick who your lawyer is. And I knew that I was going through a phase in my life where something had to change, right? I wasn't really making a whole lot of money playing music, making enough to survive. And I thought, all right, I'm going to go back to college. I'm going to become a lawyer. And I told people this, and they were like, okay, dude. In and out of jail, alcoholic, drug addict, whatever guy, you're going to be a lawyer. Go do some more coke, you know. And I re-enrolled in school, and I just did what I do with everything in my life. I grinded and grinded and grinded, and just every day just did it, no excuses, and here I am. I'm a fucking lawyer.
Hell yeah. I
tell people all the time, I also avid video gamer, right? And I have this Discord that I run. You're in it, and all these people, and this kid goes, "You're so lucky." And I go, "What? Bro, luck had nothing to fucking do with it, dude. I worked my ass off to get where I am, so don't tell me I'm lucky. I don't want to hear that bullshit."
Yeah.
If you want something, you just have to every day do it. You don't feel good, whether you feel good, whether you're in a good headspace, but you just fucking do it, man. I bet
at one point in time people thought you had the worst luck.
Oh yeah, well they thought I had the best worst luck, right? Because bad things would happen to me, but miraculously I would somehow get out of them unscathed, you know?
Yeah.
So it's like I had bad luck because I would be in these bad situations, but then good luck because it would always turn out okay, you know?
Well, I could say the same thing about me. It seems like, usually if you're like trying to be a main character in your life, it's like the universe looks out for you.
Right.
Because there's definitely times where I could have been in jail forever for that. Someone could have kicked me out of the military for this or whatever. Like,
there were two paths, man. It was death or prison for me.
Yeah.
Those were the two options, and I was like, there's got to be a third choice.
There's got to be a third choice.
Because the dudes I grew up with, man, and I grew up with a lot of Black and Hispanic folks, man, and I got into a lot of trouble with them guys, man. We did a lot of crazy shit together, and I ended up getting real lucky because a lot of them are dead or in prison. You know, a lot of them, man.
Yeah, man. The comment about like, oh, dude, you're so lucky. You know, I've had that same experience just with like, jiu-jitsu and being an athlete, to where like when I was growing up, it was a joke that I would never be anything. You know, it's like, yeah, dude, you're SLOW. You don't stand a chance. You know, and yeah, and. One day I just decided that I'm sick of being general population, that I want to be, something else. So I had to wake up before everyone and go run 5 miles. And, everything that I had to do, I had to, force myself to do it. And essentially, someone told me, it's like, if you don't have any talent, then you had better be good at the things that don't require talent.
Right.
Are you on time? Are you coachable? Are you showing up?
Hard.
Are you working hard? And so then everything starts to change to where then people will say things like, oh, you were a test tube baby. You were made to be in the Marine Corps. or someone else will be like, yeah, some of us weren't born good at everything.
Right.
And it's like, dude, you have no idea, dude.
You have no idea.
No idea.
First of all, anybody who says you're lucky because you're good at jiu-jitsu is an idiot. They don't know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
There's no way to luckily just be good at jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
It's just not going to happen. If you don't get in there and take beatings all the time, then you're not going to get good at jiu-jitsu. And then eventually start doling out beatings, right? Dude, I have found that rolling with white and blue belts has made me way better at jiu-jitsu than getting my ass kicked by higher belts all the time.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you have to have a mixture of both.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, for me, because I get to try new shit on white belts, stuff that I like. Okay, this is what I'm gonna work on today. I've been working on my triangles. I have short legs, but I see other people who can do them. So I'm like, okay, I'm gonna work on triangles today. If I'm working with you or Victor or Harry, well, all black belts and brown belts, I'm never going to get a triangle on you. It's just not going to happen, But if I'm working with, some new white belt, I can probably pull it off, or some blue belt, and I pull it off. I'm like, okay, cool. Like, I hit my first Aoki lock the other day on a purple belt, but I was like, oh, okay. Because, when they hide the heel, they turn it in. You can hip out, grab it, and you push away, and it's just right there. And it hit, and I was like, oh, yes, sir. So it was a good feeling, but it was a lower belt than me, Somebody who wasn't quite as good as I am. So, but it's the same thing in life, right? Like, if you are always doing things that are too difficult to do, you're going to get discouraged and quit. So you have to put yourself in a position where you accomplish goals that are achievable, right? Like, I didn't start off doing murder cases. I started off doing DWIs, which are not easy, but once you get good at them, it's just like running through the motions, And then I started off doing DWIs, like assault cases and things like that. And now I'm, I just did a murder case and a rape case, and I got the rape case dismissed, which was You want to talk about losing sleep, dude. That one I lost sleep over because my client was 100% innocent. And they were trying to hem him up for rape, dude. Some girl, where's flies coming from? Some girl accused him of raping her in a bar or some shit. And I was like, it didn't happen. She just made it up. There was no evidence, nothing. And the state would not dismiss. We went all the way to the day of trial. I was ready to pick a jury and go. And they were like, hey, we're just going to dump this. And I was like, it's about fucking time. You know, I've been telling you this for almost 2 years now. And then my client is on bond for 2 years for something he didn't do. And for me, that was just, you know, that's why I became a lawyer, to help dudes like that. Young black guy, made a stupid decision, having sex with some girl in a bar bathroom. And there you go. And now he's charged with rape, you know. And now it's on his record that he was arrested and charged with that. Even if it was dismissed, somebody looks up his background and it still shows he was charged with that.
Damn.
So, yeah. Crazy shit. That's too heavy for this podcast, man.
Yeah.
But, you know, that was the ultimate goal, is to be able to help people and also be able to find a way to make money. You know, and I truly get to help people. I really get to help people. And then I make pretty good money. And I use that money now to help more people, you know. So, Scotty knows, but I sponsor a ton of different athletes. MMA guys, Jiu Jitsu guys. I'm sponsoring a kids baseball team right now. But, you know, these dudes, they don't have money to pay for all these tournaments they want to do and fly all over the country and stay in hotels. And it's Jiu Jitsu. It doesn't pay shit, right? And some of these guys aren't even good, but, you know, I got to have advertising and marketing deductions. But they're chasing a dream too, man. And I get to help people do that, you know? So that's pretty fun.
Yeah, no, it's definitely, you know, that's I believe it's a Japanese concept. They call it ikagi or ikigi, and it means where you find that balance of like helping people, making money, and having purpose. It's like
Right.
You want to find something where all those align, because you could be helping people and maybe you have purpose, but if you're not making money, you're still not going to feel fulfilled. So it's like finding that, you know, that balance of where like, man, how can I make money? How can I help people? And how can I have purpose?
You know,
And
Lowry said that something to me
it.
the other day. He's like, you can't pour from an empty cup.
Yeah,
You know, and I thought that is such a good metaphor for that. You know, you can't. It's like when you're on an airplane and the plane's crashing or whatever. There's going to be an issue, and all the things drop down. What do they say? Put the mask on yourself first, then help the others around.
Yep.
Right? Because if you can't take care of yourself, then who the hell else are you going to be able to take care of?
Right.
So that's what I look at it as.
Yeah, man. Yeah, you sponsor me for tournaments, and I've been able to do a lot of the ADCCs. We have Abraham right now.
Yeah, flying all over the country.
Yeah.
Yeah, Abraham and Gabe and all those guys are in Orlando right now. I paid for Gabe's entry. Good luck, guys, by the way. I think, is Danny competing too? Number 2?
I'm not sure. I don't think so.
I know Ken, Matt, Gabe, and Danny are all in Orlando right now.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, and Abe's going to clean up, hopefully. So, dude, he's getting closer and closer to winning, man. I mean, God, I thought he had Elder. Elder's, that guy's good, bro. And then Jacob Couch just beats him in 30 seconds.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. God.
You know, it's that idea that there's just levels to the game.
It just blows me away. Because you look at Jacob Couch, he doesn't look like anything special.
Looks like a regular dude.
He looks like a regular dude, and he just murks people with the same move. They know what he's going to do. You know what he's going to do. But he's so good at it that you can't stop it.
Mm-hmm. That's like the best jiu-jitsu right there.
I know.
Yeah.
Coach
likes to say, the best move is the one they don't see coming.
Right.
But I like the opposite, where it's like the best move is the one they know is coming and they still
They can't
stop
do anything about it? Yeah. Yeah, that's funny. Lately, I've been, you know, when you first start jiu-jitsu, you look at all those fancy moves on YouTube, and you're like, oh, look at this is cool. I don't do any of those. I pass your guard and smash you. And that's what I like to do, is just get on top and just make you miserable on top. Put my hand under your shoulder blade and just, when I hear that noise, that's what makes me smile inside. And if I can't pass your guard, then I'll just fall back and leg lock you, you know? So.
It's so easy to get caught up in all the fancy stuff you see on Instagram, right? But it's like, yeah, the majority of what
doesn't work, dude.
Yeah, the majority of what we're doing is, well, even if it does work, it's like that one move and that one random position against that one random opponent.
Yeah.
You know, it's not what you're going to be using like consistently every single roll.
Although I did see one the other day that looked stupid, and I ended up pulling it off twice.
Yeah.
Yeah, when you're in the mount position, you push the arm across. You can take your other arm, slide it in here, and drop, and it's like a cross collar choke with your forearm.
Oh, that's an Ezekiel choke, right?
Yeah. So like you're blocking, right? And I push your arm to here on your back, and then I'm on top, and I can slide my other arm in and just pull my elbows apart, and it cuts off both carotids. It's pretty dope. Nice. And then I can also crush your trachea with my forearm as well.
Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Again, on 2 white belts, but hey, got to practice on somebody.
So, dude, tell me that one story about how like a black belt was like kind of messing with you about who the king of the mats were, who's the alpha male, and then you were telling me.
So I think I was a blue or maybe just got my purple, and we had this black belt training in our gym for a while, and he's just a physical animal. And I walked on the mat, and he's like, all right, you're with this guy. I don't want to say his name, but he's a good friend of mine. But I'll say his name is Joe D. And Joe was like, you know I'm the alpha here, right? I was like, yeah, I mean, on the mats, yeah, you're an alpha. But out on the streets, I'm the alpha. He's like, what? Well, bro, if you touch me, I will sue you into oblivion. I will sue you, and then I'll sue you again, and then I'll sue you till you don't have nothing left. He's like, you do that? I'm like, hell yeah, I do that. He goes, well, that's just mean. I'm like, don't fuck with me then, Don't hurt me, bro. Don't fucking hurt me on these mats. Like I'm old now, I'm 45 years old, dude. And people forget that, right? When we're in the gym, these 22-year-old fucking killers, blue belts, these competition blue belts, they want to go 90 miles an hour, and they don't understand what flow rolling is. I'm like, hey, can we just flow, dude? I'm fucked up all over the place, They're trying to murder me. I'm like, dude, you know what? Time to die. I'm going to fucking kill you now,
Yeah.
But...
Yeah, no, it's funny how it works, dude, because these...
Was it Joe or was it Victor?
Well, Victor said it wasn't him.
Okay, it wasn't him. It had to be Joe. Yeah. I thought maybe it was Victor. I don't know, maybe. Who knows?
Yeah.
It was somebody. Hey, the story's still true for all you black belts out there. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to sue any of you motherfuckers.
Well, no,
it's kind of a bitch move, isn't it?
Yeah.
Hurt me and I'll sue you. You ever seen that video with the 2 black dudes and the white kid, and they're all rapping? And the white kid's like, oh God, I can't remember what he says. It's so funny. He's like, hey, my name's Dan, and I'm here to say if you hurt me, I'll sue you in every major way, or some shit like that.
No, I know exactly what you're talking about. It's in our messages somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, dude, it's funny the way that, it kind of works in, like, jiu-jitsu, right? So you get these, like, white and blue belts that try to go hard, and it's like, especially as you get older, I'm only 32, but I've been competing for 12 years, so, people wonder why I'm not nice in the rolls, and it's because you can't. I literally can't be nice to a white belt or blue belt, because the second I'm nice and I try to let them do something, they're ripping on an arm bar. So I've just learned just to keep myself safe is I just smash them all into the dirt every time.
Well, I mean, dude, you have to. I mean, look at, so Topher, for instance, he doesn't know how to go soft, he doesn't know enough technique to go lightly or to flow. He just knows what he knows, that's, and I've come to the conclusion that that's what it means when you're spazzy, right? You don't know enough to know anything, to do anything. So you're just all the time. Dude, I literally just sit down and put my legs under you and just wait till you do something.
Yep.
And then just whoop. Like, dude, we had a new guy come into the gym the other day. Big, strong Hispanic guy, nice kid. And I literally swept him like 12 times in a row. Just bam, bam, bam. He's like, what are you doing? I was like, I'm showing you something. Put your arms out next time, like, you got to learn somehow, man,
Yeah, no, damn, where was I going with that?
I tell you, dude.
Oh, you were telling me about Topher.
Yeah,
Topher, yeah. Well, and then we're talking about how, if you don't know anything, you're just going to be a spaz, like, because you just don't know how not to be. Yeah. And it goes to that concept of, sometimes less is more. Like that's what you learn when you get a higher belt. Like especially if you watch competition. When you watch competition, the white belts are doing a whole lot of nothing.
Yep.
But when you watch the purple and brown belts, they're so much slower and more intentional with where they're going and the way that they move. It's like you watch blue belts and they're like they'll switch grips for no reason. They're like here and then they'll go here, and then they're here and then they're here and then they're here. Whereas and then you see a brown belt and he goes here and then he's there. He's just staying there. Maybe he moves around and checks something else, but
I think we talked about this on Spencer's podcast about wrestling and how pervasive it is now in jiu-jitsu. And you're starting to see, especially with ADCC taking over everything, is that all of these guys, it's a lot faster now. It's a lot faster. And did you watch Helena at her last match in the ADCC finals?
Yeah, that was a brutal match.
In the trials? Bro, as soon as she pulled guard, I was like, oop, she's gonna lose the match because she don't know how to wrestle. She has no wrestling background. And you could tell immediately, and the other girl knew how to wrestle. And as soon as I saw it, I was like, okay, if she can fight off the submissions and wrestle her back down to the ground, get a takedown, she's going to win this match. And sure enough, she did. And I told Kayla, I was like, she doesn't know how to wrestle. And then Helena the next day said, I'm going to be working on my wrestling a lot more now. Because, dude, her sub game and her guard game is ridiculous. If she could wrestle, like legit wrestle, she's going to be unstoppable. There's not going to be anybody that will ever beat her, you know? I don't think she'll ever lose another match when she really gets into the wrestling game.
Yeah.
So
that was the same thing with Oliveira's, right? He turned it into a wrestling match.
Yep.
And he was able to win that way.
God, that kid, unbelievable. 16?
17, yep.
17. It's unreal, dude. You know, his dad used to train with us at Darkside. He used to train all over Houston. What a gangster. I mean, he beat Nikki Ryan, didn't he?
Yeah, he beat, I think Nikki Ryan, I'm pretty sure, lost to Elijah.
Okay.
Elijah Dorsey. I'm pretty sure, yeah.
I don't
Nikki
know
Ryan
how that
lost to
happened,
Elijah
dude.
Dorsey, but he beat
it.
Ethan Crelinson, and dude, Ethan Crelinson's a monster.
He is.
An absolute freak.
Dude, Nikki Ryan is, when I watch him, I'm just like, what is he? He's a genius, dude. He's a literal grappling genius. Nikki is. When I watch him, I can't believe some of the stuff he does. He's so good. Dude, when he rolls with Craig Jones, he like is competitive with Craig Jones. I'm like, what? By the way, that dude, what is he doing? How is he that good? Do you think he could beat Gordon now?
Dude, I mean, I'd like to see it, you know? I'm pretty sure that Gordon Ryan said that he was the most talented grappler in the world, yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they asked him if it was him, and he was like, no, the best one is Craig Jones. And it was before they had done the split.
Really?
But he said the best athlete is Craig Jones.
Dude, somehow, I don't understand it, his body bends in ways that shouldn't be possible. Like, he puts people in submission holds that you're like, is he just making this up as he goes, right? Like, what? His legs over your shoulder, around your back, under your... What is he doing? Dude's unbelievable.
Yeah, he had his foot on the mats, and he had someone step on it, and he was able to flatten his foot to the mat.
Right.
Like, yeah, what is that? How does that happen?
And he's hilarious. That guy is the king of troll in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah, it doesn't even make sense how funny he is.
Oh my God, dude. It's going to go out and get some nose beers afterwards. Craig Gines.
Yeah, we were hanging out with him at the ADCC after party. He's just making everybody laugh without even trying.
Dude, he's hysterical, man.
Yeah.
Aussies are fucking fun. I wish I knew some Australian people, dude. They seem like Texans, kind of. Just way further south, you know?
Yeah.
Like that independent kind of, hey, we'll fuck you up. But they gave up their guns. I don't understand that. Probably didn't have a choice.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I trained with the Australian military, and they were all allowed to have beards.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and they're all like, you could just tell that they're like, you know, it's not as serious as our military, right? So, dude, they're like, they all look like G's in their uniform, like sleeves rolled up, unbuttoned, no shirt on underneath, beards, and it's just like, they all look like supermodels.
You guys were teaching them how to be real soldiers.
Right.
So,
it's still funny though. It's like, man, we all wish we could have beards. And
that was one thing I contemplated was joining the military at 18, and my dad was like, if you join the military, I'll disown you. I was like, what? Why? He had 2 brothers die in Vietnam.
Oh,
so
damn.
he was like, I'm not having a son die, too. I was like, and luckily, I didn't, because literally a couple years later was 9/11. I would have been right over in that shit, dude.
Yep.
You know? So.
You didn't miss nothing.
Yeah, that's what I've heard.
Yeah, you didn't miss nothing.
Jeremy Mahomes told me the same thing. He's like, yeah, you didn't miss nothing. I'm like, okay. Yeah, dude, so. So what else is going on with you, man? Hey, game night last night was fun.
Yeah, we got to play the one true.
Woo!
The one true Pirate King.
Let's go!
Yeah, we played the one true Pirate King.
Zach Lowry.
And yeah, that's a fun game. Our buddy Topher, the camera guy, he made his own pirate board game.
Dude, the thing is, like, how? How do you come up with that? I could never come up with that.
Yeah.
As intricate as it and detailed, like, how do you make up the rules for? I'm like, okay, is that what are you doing? Remember when we played it on mushrooms at my mom's house? Like my first 2 rolls, I basically won the game. You guys were like, what the fuck? You're so lucky. I'm like, it's not luck. I worked hard for this. Oh, Lord.
Yeah, no, that game's fun. But yeah, man.
Are we going to Vegas this year for ADCC Trials?
We have to.
I think we do too.
We have to.
I think so too. I think we got to go. I'm not going to compete in trials, but I'll compete in the open. I'll get hurt at trials. There's just no way.
Well, I think they
even
might
from
have the they should have the 45-year-old master. The open, right? So you could do the masters and the open.
Like some old guys, dude.
Yeah, that'd be titties, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm excited for ADCC 2024, dude.
Yeah.
T-Mobile Stadium, assigned seating.
It's going to be huge.
Dude.
Are you going to try and get press passes?
Yeah, I guess I need to.
You have to. I mean, people know who you are in our industry, in the business, you know? I mean, I don't know, you're a legit media personality in what we do. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to get a pass.
Yeah.
You know? How's commentary going for Elevate?
Dude, it's good, man.
Some other lawyer sponsors that. Friend of mine.
Yeah.
Doesn't even train jiu-jitsu.
Doesn't
train it. And I saw him in court the other day. I'm like, hey, bro, why are you encroaching on my turf? It's like, I'm going to take you outside, whip your ass, bro. he's such a cool guy, though. He's a good friend. He's a great lawyer. Yeah. Chris DeNuna, by the way. So if you don't hire me, call Chris. He's a good dude.
Hell yeah. Yeah, no, it's always dope when guys like you can like sponsor the sports arena. Otherwise, you know, there is no Elevate, and Elevate does like so much for the community. It's insane. I mean, he's got like he's got 8-year-old gray belts competing on a stage with lights.
That's cool.
Doing tournaments and winning belts. Like
I just sponsored 7 Fury fighting, the Fury FC. I got 7 of them. My logo's on the mat. It's a pretty cool deal. They give me shout outs during that. And that's a feeder straight into the UFC.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah,
that's a pretty good one, yeah. So we got Martin Pineda. Man, I'm thinking Vic needs to take a fight soon. You know Skinny Vic with the long hair, Metal Vic? Bro, I've been watching him, dude. His striking, he's getting good.
Yeah, it'd be dope.
But he's a white belt. He never shows up for jiu-jitsu. I'm like, bro, somebody's going to take you down and fuck you up, man. It's like, I always think you should do jiu-jitsu first and then striking. Because it takes so long to get good at grappling, right? Like, yeah, you can stuff takedowns for a while, but eventually somebody who's good's going to get you and take you to the ground. It's just going to happen, you know? Dude, what do you think about Chimaev and Bo Nickell?
Yeah, I mean, I think that if he tries to jump in there with him right now, he's going to get pieced up.
You think Bo Nickell would?
Yeah. He just doesn't have the striking yet.
Yeah.
Now, in a couple years, or maybe in another year or two, and he's like getting ready specifically for the matchup, he could stand a chance. But you can't. No one's skipping the line. You know, no one's skipping the line. I think that. I mean, and it's hard to say, but like, I think it has to do a lot with the division. Mm-hmm. Because you can see that the styles change with the weight classes, and that's just the way it is, right? So then. So you have someone like Alex Pereira, right? But he was a world champion kickboxer. Yep. But you could argue the same thing with Bo Nickell, but he also trained in Brazil, so it's not like he doesn't know anything about grappling. Yeah. He knows grappling, he just doesn't compete in it. Yeah. And his training partner is
Gabriel.
His training partner is the heavyweight.
The world champion, Glover Teixeira.
Glover Teixeira, that's his training partner, who's a black belt. So it's like, he knows grappling.
Yeah. He just said do it. What do they call them? Stone hands?
Yeah.
Stone hands is what they call it, man. Pereira.
That's a dope ass name. I'm excited. He's fighting soon against Youre Prochaska.
Oh yeah, that's gonna be a good one. 2 weird, unorthodox fighters going at it.
Yeah.
You know that guy's been tested more than any other athlete in the UFC?
Yeah, like 64 times. That doesn't even make sense.
It's ridiculous. What I think is cool is that they've split with USADA. I'm interested to see what the new testing agency does. Imagine if everybody's just juiced to the gills in UFC like ADCC.
Yeah, I mean that'd be fun, but I don't think I don't think that's gonna happen. I think there's just be too much risk.
I've always been interested to see what the human body is fully capable of doing.
Yeah.
Juiced up to the gills and fighting.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
I mean,
Well,
why not?
It doesn't even make sense that fucking...
It's entertainment. Why don't we just let them entertain?
Yeah, like Uberim.
Yeah. No weight. I mean, no weight cutting necessary. You just fight at whatever weight you are and get on.
Like the old school UFC days. Well, dude, I read Breathe by Hick and Gracie, and he's just saying how like, you know, the rules and everything is structured so that people will watch it and that it's not real fighting.
Yeah.
Because you're saying like if you have a 5-minute round, that's not enough time to really cook anybody. And so then they can survive the 5 minutes, get a 1-minute recovery, and kind of train like more in the sprinting mode. And
Imagine a 15-minute round.
That's what he was saying. He was like in Vale Tudo, which was no rules fighting. He's like, yeah, the match lasted. It did not stop. So he's like, you could really cook somebody. You could take 10 minutes to just burn somebody completely out and then finish them. Damn. Dude.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Hick and Gracie was beating everybody in a day when there were no rules. It was literally like 2 men locked inside of a fucking ring.
Until one dies.
until someone gives up.
What about that coral belt guy down in Henzo's?
Yeah, dude, there's stories of him in the book.
I know.
And it's pretty cool. So obviously he beats up Hugo Dort twice.
Yeah.
But he even says that, you know, Hugo was the guy coming up for Vale Tudo. Yeah. He was like their hotshot guy. So you have to imagine that back then, Hick and Gracie was the guy for Jiu Jitsu, and Vale Tudo, they picked Hugo Dort to represent them. So he was like pretty much, you know, our number one guy this day. That was him.
Yeah.
You know, down in Brazil.
It's crazy.
And he fought Hickson twice, dude.
Jesus.
Like on the streets, like
you
to the
rolled
death.
with him, right?
Yeah.
Did you actually roll, or did he just lay down and?
I mean, I think he's probably doing that every roll, right? Like,
yeah.
He's probably not rolling with anybody.
He's like 70-something years old, right?
I was wondering. I don't know exactly how old he is. Is he like late 60s or 70s?
Okay, either way.
I mean, I have no idea.
Imagine another 30 years on your body, dude.
Dude, I can't. But I want to be like him. That's what I want to be like. I want to be able to still show up to gyms. And yeah, if I had to lay in side control and just kind of let people move on, still.
Dude, he ankle locked me from knee on belly, dude.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
Well, dude, he tried to do that to me, but because you told me
you'd
about
already seen it?
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
But dude, no, he said he somehow told the other instructors that I had good jiu-jitsu. And then they came out to me and told me that afterwards. And I was just like, man, a core belt complimented my jiu-jitsu.
That's awesome, dude.
You know, I was just thinking about it. I was like,
when
how
are you
many...
gonna get your black belt? Have you talked to Vic?
Yeah, I don't ask
yes,
him.
Yeah, don't ask.
Last thing I'm doing is asking him about it.
Yeah.
I get, people ask me enough, I just eat it.
Mine will be years from now, so I'm not even tripping, dude. I'm just enjoying doing it still. At 45, I can still be competitive, you know?
Yeah. Well, dude, one day...
That is all I care about. I just don't want to get hurt. It's like, you know, some catastrophic injury, which I've been lucky enough so far to not have happen. The worst thing I had was a slight meniscus tear when I was a white belt in my very first tournament. Some guy at 10th Planet put me in a lockdown, and I didn't know how to get out of it, so I just rah, and like muscled out, and my knee went pop, 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 and I was like ah, and I still ended up getting first place in the division, but it hurt. And then Dean Lister was watching, so the whole seminar the next day was how to get out of lockdown. It was ridiculous. So.
Well, yeah, man. So we can wrap this podcast up. Yeah. So, what advice would you have for someone who's trying to be like you? I mean, I told you before, it's like you're pretty much in like full like lion expression, right? You're like you're doing really well. You're trying to pretty much dial in what you're already doing well at, and then you've got others around you who are pretty much relying on you.
Well, I said it earlier, and I'll just reiterate it again. It is about consistency. Just fucking doing it even when you don't want to, right? I went to college for, it was 8 years. And there are days you don't want to go, but you're like, all right, I got this goal and I want to achieve it. You don't think about the long term. You just, what do I got to do today? Well, I just got to show up to class today. Just show up, grind it out. If you feel better afterwards, come home. you know, it's not like that in school and in life every time. Sometimes you just got to show up and take the beating, you know? And so I honestly 100% think consistency is what has gotten me to where I am today. Consistency in school, consistency in my relationships, consistency in jiu-jitsu, consistency working out. Now eating, that's a different story. My diet is trash. It's the one area of my life that I don't control as well as I would like to, is my diet. But for the most part, I can say that if you just show up every day, and once in a while it's okay to take a day off, you know, but if you just show up every day, over and over and over and over, you wake up one day and you're like, I'm a fucking brown belt? No goddamn way, right? I'm a lawyer? What? No way. I can play Freebird on the guitar? Fuck, no way. I can speak fluent Spanish? Holy shit, no way. You know, all those things, because I did them every single fucking day for years, and I still continue to do them, right? So that's the best advice I could give to somebody, is just be consistent with whatever it is your goals are. Be consistent on that path to that goal, you know? So,
yeah.
Otherwise.
Yeah, man, what you're saying, I was listening to, I think it was Jimmy Carr on Joe Rogan, and he was just saying that you can give yourself gifts to the future by doing the thing you don't want to do in the present.
Exactly. That's exactly right.
And dude, I had that revelation with Spanish.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm on an 8-day streak on my Duolingo.
Nice.
And
¿Estás aprendiendo?
Wait, say that again.
Estoy tratando. I'm trying.
I'm trying.
Yeah.
Say it again.
Estoy tratando.
Tratando.
Yeah, Tratando.
Tratando.
I'm trying, brother.
Yeah.
That's it.
But I was just thinking, is like, I could one day be happy that I know Spanish.
Yeah.
Yes, if I just do it now.
Blows people away. And dude, when you speak Spanish to somebody who doesn't speak English, they're like, oh my God, thank you. This helps so much. You know, in court, in life, everywhere. Dude, we were in Denver, Colorado, and I was trying to find some pot for my parents. This is years ago. And there was nobody except for the kitchen guys, and they only spoke Spanish. So I started talking to them. They got my parents some weed back in the day. They're so happy it worked. They're like, God, we're so glad you learned Spanish. And I was like, why? So I can get you some weed? So.
And dude, this also reminds me, same thing about giving yourself gifts in the future. It's like, you know, you're a brown belt, I'm a brown belt, we're both about to be black belts. And I try to remind myself that one day we're gonna miss when we were a brown belt.
I know.
When we were, I definitely miss being a purple belt, I miss being a blue belt. You think that you wanna be at the end, but you realize when you get, you know, just like with anything, once you're at the end, you're like,
there's no end.
You know, it's really relatable to video games. Like, there's always a race to the end, to be max level so that you can go do the PvP or whatever. But then there's always that crave, you know, once you're there, you're like, man, I just miss leveling up with the boys.
That's exactly right.
I just want to go attack some fucking wolves.
The grind is the best part when you look back on it, you know?
Yep.
That's what I was thinking about naming my jiu-jitsu gym, was level 60 jiu-jitsu.
Dude, that'd be pretty cool.
Right?
Level 60, yeah.
Or 625 jiu-jitsu for your gear score.
Yeah.
I really do like level 60 jiu-jitsu. People, only the nerds would get it.
Yeah.
You know, I want to bring the nerds into my gym, the nerds who could really like be chess masters in jiu-jitsu.
Yeah.
You know, like the Mikey Musumici's. Because, dude, those guys are they'll grind, you know? They'll grind. If once they get hooked, oh, it's on. You find a gamer who's got 5,000 hours on a game, get him into jiu-jitsu, he's going to show up every day because it's a game, you know?
It's a game.
So
that's what makes it fun.
Keep showing up, folks, every single day, and you too can make your dreams come true.
Appreciate y'all tuning in. This is the Scotty P breakdown.
Me, brother, for real.
Dope
hey,
podcast.
Good game last night. We're the Pirate Kings, baby. Let's go.